Contemporary defence personnel and veterans often face unique challenges during their time in the ADF and as they transition out of service. Soldier On is an organisation aiming to support veterans and their families in vital health and wellbeing services. Joining us live now is the Soldier On CEO, Amy Cooper. Amy, really appreciate you making the time for us on this particular day. It is always, of course, heartwarming to see large turnouts at these commemoration services right around the country. A very special day, no doubt, for the veterans you represent.
It is a very significant day. Thanks for having me on the afternoon agenda, Ashley.
The whole country turns out on this one special day to pay our respects to veterans for their service. But what is it that you'd like us all to be doing on the other 364 days of the year as a community? How can we support our veterans on a more practical level?
Yeah, look, Australia's veterans do need recognition and support. Anzac Day is obviously a critical day for us to come together as a nation and mark their service. But I think it's the ability of the community to support every day that makes a real difference. From a Soldier On perspective, we're a national charity supporting Australia's veterans and their family members right around the country. And there's many ways that the community can get behind us through volunteering, sharing their skills and expertise, and of course, supporting us with very important donations. And this year, through our In Their Honour appeal, which is for Anzac Day, we've actually been running a campaign where people can commemorate with us through our virtual wall of honour by posting messages and photos of friends, service mates, family, as well as their local war memorials as a way to reflect on service and remember that all the service people that have gone before us, the current service people, and the way that we are able to reflect service in the community through memorials that are often only visited on Anzac Day, but remain within the community as a pride of place year round.
Amy, I know you also focus a lot on the transition out of service. That can be really tricky, can't it? What do we know about some of the key factors that can actually make that transition a whole lot easier for veterans? What do they need to adapt better? How important is getting other employment, for example, soon after leaving service?
Yeah, look, the transition time can be very challenging for our service people. Soldier On does try and support families of service people right during their service to keep them strong in order to prepare them for that point in time in which they'll transition out. Look, Soldier On support services are geared towards supporting very positive transitions, so setting people up with training and reskilling opportunities, also volunteering opportunities as ways to engage in the community, social connections. So we know that building relationships into the community where people choose to settle, because they've often been moving around during military life, is really critical to getting them set up well. And as you highlighted before, employment opportunities are really critical. And Soldier On works with a range of pledge companies, which are employers of choice and bear the trust mark for veterans through the Pledge program. And they provide a real range of employment opportunities, and many of them train and reskill veterans and also have incredibly supportive cultures to support veterans into those new opportunities. So for us, we know that being able to support that transition, not only of the veterans themselves, but their families, and getting them set up for civilian life keeps them strong. And our mission as a charity is to ensure they thrive long term.
And that's what we'd all like to see. Amy, I know you've been serving on the Royal Commission into Defence and Veteran Suicide in the Stakeholder Reference Group. A lot of resources, and we've talked about this a lot on Sky News, and a lot of attention has been directed towards really getting on top of what is too often a tragic outcome for too many of our veterans. Are those programs starting to work? Are we seeing progress, any improvement on that front?
Look, it is very complex, and I think the Royal Commission highlights the fact that there had been many inquiries and reports that had gone before the Royal Commission, and that this is a complex subject matter. Look, I think it's positive that the Royal Commission is bringing greater focus and attention, and particularly good to see the work that's being done by both the Department of Veteran Affairs and DVI on the Defence on the back of this. But I think it's really critical moving forward, and with the recommendations of the Royal Commission due from the Royal Commissioners in September, that the ESO sector, which is the ex-service organisations like Soldier On, that have long been support services to our veterans, remain a really central part of the support network to assist government in their work in supporting veterans post-service. So I think to keep us part of a sector working together is really critical to ensuring good outcomes.
Yeah, that's what we'd all like to see. Amy Cooper, CEO of Soldier On, really appreciate you making the time for us today. We'll let you get back to what is no doubt a very busy schedule for you on a day like today. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ashley. Lest we forget.